Blake amends her complaint, and she says, other people experienced this on set. Blake, even if somebody wanted to defend you, at this point, it's impossible for them to defend you. Like, my gosh. I'm Sister Cerise. Welcome to my channel. Blake Lively, what's going on with your legal team? Nothing, because they have nothing to work with. We can't blame them. You just had a moment of maybe paranoia, insecurity, and you thought your co-star was trying to smear you. Now you want 2.5 years of his text messages. Yes, I said 2.5 years of his text messages from all his network providers. So if he owns 1 phone or 3 phones or 4 or 5, you want all of his records, which is just quite ridiculous. But then also on top of that, you decide that you're going to amend your grievance complaint against him. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, get in here, close that door, kick your feet up, get yourself a drink. I got on my table right now a little bit of coffee. I'm telling you, I don't know what to think any longer. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to talk about it all in this video. I do have a few other videos that does talk about the whole entire situation, but I'm going to give a Cole's notes right now. She does a movie, Blake Lively does a movie with Justin Baldoni. It's about DV, okay? Domestic violence. And so what happens is it's called It Ends With Us. Great movie. Well, I never seen it, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how great it is. But one of my viewers in the comments said it wasn't all that. You know, it's not worth all this hocus pocus, baloney talk in the media. But the movie is not being discussed. It's the relationship between the co-stars that are being discussed and the actions, alleged actions that they are doing. So anyway, with this movie, Justin Baldoni, he bought the rights from a woman named Colleen who wrote it. And she has like a lot of loyal readers. And he's like, this would be great. He does like to do movies with controversial topics. Okay. Fast forward. During a lot of the promotion, Blake started to notice that her fans and would-be fans started to smear her, like call her out on social media, say that she's insensitive to the DV topic, all this negativity. And she, instead of, thinking, okay, wait, maybe I need to tone it down a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't promote my alcohol line during interviews about the movie. Maybe I shouldn't promote my hairline during the promotion of the movie. Maybe I should focus on the characters and the storyline. Instead of doing that, she was tone deaf to reality. And she's like, oh, someone's starting a smear campaign. And instead of, first of all, asking for these records and trying to prove her point, she goes all the way to the courts and she files a grievance suit against Justin Baldoni, not suing him for sexual harassment, but actually just filing a grievance, a complaint. And then she wrote an article about him. Right? She told the New York Times to write an article about him, which was just so ridiculous. Trying to smear him back, trying to defame him, trying to do all types of stuff to him that he says he was not doing to her. All right. Fast forward now. He ends up clapping back and he sues New York Times for $100 million. Then he sues Blake and her husband for $400 million. And then he goes and he amends his suit and he starts, adding more and more stuff to his suit. He brings out some receipts saying that she is lying. He's bringing out some videos of footage of them on set saying that, no, what she's alleging is not true. So now what does Blake do? Blake amends her complaint and she says, other people experienced this on set. Who did she say did experience that? Isabella, her co-star. Well, not her co-star, but the girl who played the younger Lily. So Blake Lively played a character by the name of Lily. Now, there was a younger girl that looks like Blake that was cast as the younger Lily in her younger days. My gosh. She got that girl over to her place. She had like a sleepover with this girl. She gave this girl some of her clothes and she got close to this girl, but she didn't really know Isabella during production. Like, she wasn't filming with Isabella. Isabella's part was done first, and then Blake went on to do her part. Now, it is being alleged that Blake just wanted to bamboozle the whole movie and own it. She wanted producer credit. She wanted to rewrite the script. She wanted everything her way and out, or else it was the highway. She was out of there. And she didn't give those demands until way after the movie was underway. Now, get this. She's going to ruin Isabella's career because Isabella now has to be subpoenaed to go to court, allegedly, to speak about what happened to her. Now, Isabella, mainly what she's saying is Justin Baldoni asked her a few inappropriate questions on set. I don't know what that could be. I never could imagine what it could be. This is a 23-year-old. I think she was like 22 during the time of filming. What would be inappropriate to a 22-year-old? I'm sure it may be a little bit less inappropriate to a woman. But Justin, hey, I'm so excited right now. This is just so silly, all of this, but I got to get it all out of my system. So, Blake Lively, she is in her late 30s. And she, starts to get to know the younger Lily character a lot more. Isabella sits down with her, chills out with her, invites her to her home, lets her sleep over, lets her wear her clothes, gives her a few materialistic items, and then sits down. And, so how did you feel on set? Is probably what happened. And she's like, oh, it was all right. Are you sure it was all right? Did you feel uncomfortable at any time at all? Well, maybe a couple of times. Did Justin Baldoni make you feel uncomfortable? Did he? He made me feel uncomfortable. It's okay. This is a safe space that we have right here. You can go ahead and tell me. That's her thing with safe space. She told Justin Baldoni during text messages that it's what he says to her, she will not tell anybody else. It's a safe space. Well, guess what, Blake? You're going to do is flush this young girl's career down the toilet because she has no other alternative but to speak up for you in court because she can't go on any side. Even if she's a hostile witness, when she gets there, whatever she said to you, she's also going to have to say on the stand if they do subpoena her. If she is in fact the one that they're going to subpoena. So for instance, they're going to ask her, did Justin Baldoni ask you anything inappropriate? I can't imagine what he would ask her. Maybe because there were a couple of love scenes, he might have asked her, do you feel comfortable like kissing? Do you feel comfortable with me caressing you? Do you feel comfortable like, it could have been questions like that. I doubt they were questions like, do you mind if I come into your trailer after dark and have a couple of little, neck you a little bit? That's an old word, neck, right? I'm sure he didn't say that. I'm sure that he came out and he was talking about the movie and she probably felt a little creeped out because she's young. She probably thought, oh, that's creepy. Like, why would he ask me that? It's not in the script. There might have been things that weren't in the script that he's thinking about and he's like, okay, you know what? I just have a couple of questions for you. How do you feel about, kissing? How do you feel about tongue kissing? How do you feel about me like rubbing you or hugging you? Like there are some things in the script that's not going to be, scripted, but I just want to know how far we can go on set. I'm thinking that's what those uncomfortable questions had to be. I can't ever imagine Justin Baldoni asking some out of the blue, crazy alien questions that don't make sense to the script. I don't think he's that much of a creep. Even if he is a creep, even if he did go a little overboard and hug a little longer, kiss a little longer, smell Blake's hair a little bit too much, do those groaning moans and all those sounds during the dancing scene. Okay. Maybe he is a little creepy, but I don't think he is crazy. it would be crazy for him to say anything inappropriate or overly inappropriate to a 22-year-old actor on set. And, I don't know. It's all going to come out in court. It's all going to come out in the wash. March 2026, in 1 year from now, pretty much, we are going to hear everything that is going on. And yeah, when Blake Lively brought out her amendment, I was like, that's what you got, girl? That's what you got? You don't have much. You're not even going to be able to settle out of court. Like, I don't even think the option will be for her to settle out of court because she's getting sued for $400 million. And Justin Baldoni's probably like, yeah, Blake, you were extorting me the whole entire time while we were in production. And not only that, you tried to, defame me after production just because you had the vibe that I was doing that to you and you had absolutely no proof. And now you're trying to get into my text records, all my text receipts, and she may not find anything there. And what happens if she doesn't find anything there? Oh, the crap's going to hit the fan because he will for sure take her straight to court and straight to the laundromat. And he will clean her pockets out for everything if she doesn't find that needle in the haystack, that needle that she's looking for so she can sew her case together. It is really getting rough out here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you. At this point, I'm thinking that Blake is grasping. She is trying to grasp the biggest straw, but all the little short ones are coming at her. People are seeing it. We're reading through it. Her amendment was not good enough. It was not strong enough. Unless she has a smoking gun that she's going to, boom, bring out at the end in the 11th, 12th hour, then right now, as it stands, she's weak. Her whole story is weak. Nothing about it makes sense. She felt he was smearing her, so that's why she did this vindictive move by saying that he SH'd her. S-E actually harassed her. That's the only reason why she is bringing out that grievance, because she's saying that he's trying to pay her back. He's trying to get revenge for all of the things that she did on set in order to prevent him from SH'ing her. She's like, oh no, you know what? He's starting this whole smear campaign, astroturfing me because he is upset of what I did on set. Girl, this movie made over a couple of $100 million, and you think he's going to try to get you afterwards? No, he learned his lesson not to work with you again. He learned his lesson that you and your husband tried to bamboozle him. He knows now that you have dragons in your corner that really don't have real fire. Like even your best friend, Blake, Taylor Swift, is like, I don't really want to be a part of this. And Taylor Swift, I can't see her going on stand, but if she does go on stand, I can see her speaking up and just being like, hey, I knew about what was going on. I happened to be around. Yeah, this happened, that happened, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And she's not being sued, everyone. Like Taylor Swift, even though she was considered one of the dragons, allegedly, that Blake Lively was talking about in one of her texts that she left for Baldoni, it still didn't prompt him to try to take Taylor Swift and put her into the whole bundle of also getting sued. So she's like, I'm dusting my feet off and I'm leaving this place. And she's gone. She's like, I'm not even friends with Blake Lively right now. And she is the godmother of Blake Lively's children. Wow, but I'm pretty sure it will work itself out in the future. I don't think that Taylor Swift is the type of person that will stop being somebody's friend because they're going through something. I think really when someone's your friend for that long, a decade, 10 years, you kind of get that, like Blake kind of understands that, all right, you know what, Taylor, that this is exactly right. It has nothing to do with you. This is not your issue. I'll see you on the rebound. We'll still chat undercover, And I think that is the most logical thing for the two of the friends to do. Just keep their friendship undercover to protect Taylor Swift, because, this is not her fight. This is not her circus. She has no monkeys in this ring. So at the end of the day, she did do a couple of things, though. Let's actually talk about that, because she did apparently, allegedly, had part and parcel hand in getting one of the composers fired on It Ends With Us, because that composer supposedly worked with her back in the day, and she had some bad blood with that composer. And then she also, spoke up about part of the script. So those are two things that she's being questioned about, but none of that is really being proven. So at the end of the day, nothing is really on her shoulders, so she can breathe and just move away. Guys, I'm going to keep you updated on what's happening after this. Please take a moment to subscribe. The algorithms tell me that 90% of my viewers don't subscribe. So if I can get you to subscribe, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by March. 8 days. I'm right now at 944. Ooh. So if you guys can help me do that, that would be great. Huge hugs, loads of love. God bless you. Treat yourself good out there. I am a soul coach. That's my day job. And I always encourage people to be themselves and love themselves first. You're always going to have disagreements with people. You're always going to have falling outs with people. People, places, things, they're all temporary. But you yourself, you are eternal. You will always have you. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. I love you. Sister Cerise here. Have a wonderful day. Check back for more updates. My next video, make sure you guys check it. I'm going to be talking about Diddy. Did you know that Cassie is pregnant? Ooh, how's that going to look when he goes to court in May? Apparently, she's victim 1, and she's supposed to be taking the stand first. Oh, maybe her belly won't be so big then. Maybe it will. Take care, everyone.